Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unfiltered Corner. I am your host, the Unforgettable. How is everybody tonight? Let's get people going here. How's everybody tonight? I hope everybody is well. Yesterday I was hot. Now today it's like iffy in here. Don't mind my hair. I didn't really do my hair. I have my curls hanging out the back and stuff like that. I didn't care. Not today. We here to talk about important stuff, not care about stuff like that. All right, you guys. Do, 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 do. We're waiting for people to sign in so I don't have to repeat myself, you guys. Whew. Writing on my peoples. Hello, hello. I don't know who's in here. People started to slowly make their way over here. Just inviting my friends, anybody that wants to come in, shoot the shits, and talk about this topic that we have going on tonight. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think I caught a cold for my daughter. Hit that like button, you guys. Turn on your notifications. Inviting all my friends. If they want to come in, listen a little bit, then go. What's shaking, baby girl? How are you? I don't know. I think I caught something from my baby girl. I caught something from my daughter, I think. Hey, Denise. Waiting for everybody to come in so we can have a good conversation. There's my Cash App for whoever wants to donate to my channel. I pinned it on the top. So I'm just giving everybody time to come in and come enjoy themselves with me. Hit that like button. My hair's a mess. I don't care. Messy hair, don't care. I put it on in a bun. Have my little lamp over here where I like to lean on. Hi, how are you? So we got a good topic tonight, you guys. And I think you guys are gonna like it. It's very like positive. Like it's not a petty stream, but in a way, it's kind of petty. I don't know. Maybe it's petty in a way. Maybe it's not. I'm glad everybody's here. Everybody's slowly making their way this way so they can start watching. We're gonna talk a good topic tonight. So I'm just trying to get everybody over here. I use my phone and I send everybody my live so everybody can kind of merge over this way and come watch. But yeah, everybody, welcome to the Unfiltered Corner. Again, I am your host, the Unforgettable. I am so glad that you guys are here with me. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a show. We're here every night at 7 p.m. For now, later on, I'll figure out a schedule, maybe a few days a week, so we can kind of give you guys breaks in between because I know the internet is kind of like overwhelming and being on the internet all the time. And just we're giving time to everybody to come in and get comfortable, take off your shoes, like my song says. So yeah, hold on, you guys. Hello, everybody. Anyways, I pinned my Cash App on the top of the page. If you want to support me, you can send a dono. I also have Venmo. I can put it in the chat. You're here supporting me. This is good enough for me. It's good enough for me. You guys are here. You know, you have my back. You came here to listen to what I got to talk. Love my support groupies. Yes, baby girl. Yes. Slowly but surely, people are going to make their way in here. But anyways, tonight, our topic is going to be the glow up was internal. You guys know what that means? You guys ever heard society talking about, oh my God, she had a glow up or he had a glow up? You guys know what that means? I'm going to break it down to you. Okay? It's like a positive transformation. You know what I'm saying? It could be physical. A lot of the people that talk in society nowadays, it's like, oh my gosh, she had a glow up. And they mean physical glow up, right? So tonight we're going to talk about the glow up was internal inside. And I want to talk about this because lately I've had a glow up that has been internal. And I'm sure everybody here can relate. So is there justice? It's a glow up. Nowadays, be like, you hear people talking, they're like, oh my God, she had a glow up or he had a glow up. So basically, they were the ugly duckling when they were younger or years before, and all of a sudden they just became very attractive. Society sees it that way. But we're going to talk about the internal glow up. That's what we're talking about tonight. You got to think about it. You didn't glow up, right? I didn't glow up because I was pretty. I glowed up because I stopped being stupid. Yes, basically the black sheeps. Yeah, you're the ugly duckling, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, she had a glow up. You know? But remember, I didn't glow up because I got prettier physically. No, that's extra. I glowed up because I stopped being stupid. Okay? Now, I stopped chasing people who weren't chasing me. That's the first thing. You guys ever felt like that? You stop chasing people who don't chase you? Just understand you had a glow up. It's an internal glow up. If you stop chasing people that weren't chasing you. I stopped being the bare minimum for people. The bare minimum for others that surrounded me. If you stop being the bare minimum for those that surrounded you, you had an internal glow up. I stopped auditioning for roles in rooms. Listen to this, you guys. I stopped auditioning for roles in rooms I built. Imagine that. I stopped auditioning for roles in rooms I built. That right there will tell you that you did an internal glow up. Doesn't have to be physical. This is internally. The glow up wasn't lashes. It wasn't my hair. It wasn't my nails. It wasn't my clothing. It wasn't my shoes. It wasn't lipstick. It wasn't none of that shit. It wasn't surgery. That wasn't the glow up. It wasn't the body. It wasn't the confidence posts. It was the funeral. And I know you guys are going to be confused why I'm saying it was the funeral. Because we need to start looking within ourselves and hold ourselves accountable as the reasons as we ended up being the bare minimum for others and being treated the way we did. All right? The funeral of the version of me that tolerated nonsense, you guys. The glow up was the funeral of the version of me and the version of you that tolerated nonsense and people's fucking bullshit. So we're going to get into the first segment. You got to remember, not only other people are the problem, you need to be held accountable for yourself too and your actions. So we're going to break it down. And this one's called I Was the Problem Too. Okay? I had to admit something ugly, right? I wasn't just hurt. I was participating. Sometimes we don't acknowledge that we're participating, you guys. And we need to start holding ourselves accountable for what we tolerated and participated in. Because we don't notice it sometimes. We think we're doing a good thing. But we're not. And it's not helping us grow. And it's having people cross boundaries with us and fucking step all over us. That's what that causes. The old me had to die so the new me can be born. Exactly. I call that having an attitude adjustment within yourself. Yes. Yes, I agree with all that. Now we're going to break it down, you guys. I entertain red flags. How many of y'all entertain red flags? I entertain red flags. I'm taking accountability. We're going to talk about ourselves now. I entertain red flags because I was bored. Imagine seeing all the red flags left and right and you're entertaining it because you're fucking bored. I take accountability for that. And it sucks because when you do that type of shit, it comes back to bite you in the ass. And then people want to do the shit they do to you because you allowed it for so long. I'm guilty of that shit. Listen to this. You stayed where you wasn't respected because you liked the attention. I stayed in places I wasn't respected because I wanted the attention. How many of you are guilty of that? You will stay in a place involved with motherfuckers that don't fucking respect you, that cross boundaries with you because you're bored, because you like the attention. Imagine taking your self-worth and your self-esteem and your dignity and bringing it down that low so people can be disrespecting you. I ignored, this is important, you guys. I ignored my intuition because I wanted the fantasy. Imagine that. You start to ignore that little inner voice that tells you this is not the place for you. This is not the people for you. You're not surrounded around the wrong people. You see the right people. You see the red flags. You have that little voice, because I know everybody here that's watching has that feeling. Everybody here knows they have that little gut feeling. You know what we call the gut feeling? It's not a gut feeling. Sometimes it's God talking to you and telling you, hey, these are not the right people. This is not the places for you. This is not where you're supposed to be. And we ignore it. I played cool when I was actually insecure. That's fucked up. You know what's the fucked up part about that word insecure? These people treating you this way make you insecure sometimes. They break you down so bad that you start to question yourself as a person and start to make you feel insecure. I know some might not admit it, but I admit it. I'm guilty of that shit. Straight up. They'll break you down. They'll say some shit. They'll disrespect you so bad. They'll cross them boundaries. They'll start making you question yourself as a fucking person. And then it starts to build insecurities within you. If I find myself saying what the fuck is happening, I back up. Exactly. Yo, I'm telling you, Pookie's world, I'm telling you right now, it's truth, bro. And I found myself in this situation. So this is coming out of a person that just recently went through this shit and has gone through it multiple times in my life. Okay? It's a live and learn life. You live and you learn. Some people come into your life as lessons. And when that chapter is done, it's close that chapter, the book, close that book, keep it moving. Don't try to reopen chapters God closed on you. If God closed chapters for you and he closed books for you, that means it's done. Leave it behind. Don't try to keep on opening it up. Yes, it's not a loss always when you go through this. It's a lesson. Look what she's saying. Pookie's world is saying that. It's a lesson. Lots of things people come into your life as lesson, not always loss, like she said. Now, the problem here is I wasn't unlucky. You wasn't unlucky. The problem was we were not disciplined. That's what it was. We were undisciplined. You know what that means? We didn't discipline ourselves to set the boundaries. We didn't discipline ourselves to put our foot down. We didn't discipline ourselves to remove ourselves from places like this and people like this. We allowed it. There was no self-discipline. There was no self-control. So we weren't unlucky, guys. Remember this. You're not unlucky. It's just you just wasn't disciplined enough. You wasn't doing the right thing. You didn't make proper choices and decisions. That's all it is. And we learn from that shit. Now, that's the part that nobody wants to say. I wasn't unlucky. I was just undisciplined. I'm going to say something to this camera right here, to everybody that's watching me. You cannot glow up. Yo, I cannot fucking say this anymore and any louder and any clear for the ones in the back to fucking hear me. You cannot glow up externally on the outside. You cannot glow up externally while you're emotionally reckless. If internally you're reckless because your emotions are internal, everything else is internal. While you're emotionally reckless and not controlling your emotions properly and being disciplined, you cannot glow up externally for others to see. You can't. You guys got to remember, whatever you guys carry within seeps right out your pores, out your face. Whatever's within reflects the outside too. You ever heard somebody can be beautiful on the outside, but very ugly in the inside? It's truth. I've come across many people that are so good looking physically, beautiful, women and men, but they're ugly on the inside. So it makes them ugly on the outside. Yes, internal validation, straight facts, bro. Now we're going to go to segment 2, right? The ego death. Ego means your ego. The ego death, we want it to die, right? The ego death. People that carry that ego, not for nothing, but we all do carry that ego. And we need to let it die. Sometimes we want it to die fast, and sometimes it dies slowly, but it dies eventually. So we're going to break it up into these pieces right here. Okay? The internal glow up is violent. You know why it's violent, you guys? There's turmoil involved with the internal glow up. It's violent. It's messy. It's disturbing. It's a little bit of everything. And I'm gonna break it to you guys down to you guys for why. When you're internally glowing up and working in yourself internally, and your emotions and your control and everything that's within in the inside, because fuck the outside, it's within the inside. Hi, Laura. When you start to work on that internal glow up, you start to lose friends. You guys notice that? You start to lose friends. This is why it's violent. There's plenty of loss when you start working within yourself and start working on you. You start to lose friends. You start to lose access to certain rooms, meaning certain places, certain groups, certain people. You start to lose access with these people when you start working on yourself. Yes, you're becoming a walking mirror. That's right. Imagine you start to lose access to friends. Your friends start to disappear because you're working on yourself internally. So you want to do the shit on your own. You want to be around anybody when you're working on yourself. But then you start to like lose access to these other fucking rooms that you had access to before when you were a fucking shitty person. Or when you let others step all over you. When you let others step over you and take advantage of you and fucking mistreat you and disrespect you, you had a lot of access to those rooms because people felt superior over you. But once you start working on yourself and acknowledging everything you're working on and just trying to work on the interior self, you start to lose access to certain rooms. You start to lose versions of yourself. How you were like before. It's basically, you guys, this is an internal cleanse you start to do. For those that believe in God, it's an internal cleanse from the soul to the heart to the mind. It's internally. You have to start from your soul. You start cleansing for the inside out. You lose the needs to be liked. Now you lose that need to be liked by everybody. Because I used to question, oh my God, how come these people don't like me? I'm so nice to them. I'm such a good person. Why don't these people like me? Why do they treat me like this? Now you start to lose the need to be liked, the need that you want others to like you. Start to lose that shit. You're like, fuck that. I don't need validation. I don't need somebody to like me. You don't care anymore. You don't care what the fuck they say. You don't care about none of that shit. Because your spirit can no longer be in the same area with the negativity. Yes, she makes a good point. Pookie's World make a good point. She says, because your spirit can no longer be in the same area with the negativity. You start to clash. Negative with positive, you're working on yourself, your positive energy starts clashing with the negative energy. And it's all hell from there. Oh, yeah, I don't care anymore. Everyone say hi so we can know who's joining. Build the algorithm. Yoo-hoo! I don't know how to respond back through YouTube. Hi, everyone. You're responding now, baby girl. And you know what it feels like, you guys, when you start to do an internal cleanse because it's draining? It feels almost like you're dying. And what happens like when you feel like you're dying? You become reborn again, just like Pookie's World said. It's like everything internally is kind of like dying. You get where I'm coming from, you guys? Because you are. Whether you want to believe it or not, when you're doing that internal cleanse and the internal glow up, you are dying. It feels like you're dying inside because you are dying because you're making room for the new person. You're making room for the new emotions, the new everything, the new person within you. You're making room for that. And you feel like you're dying because you really are. The old person is dying off. It's a refreshed new you. Exactly. Growth, listen to this, you guys. Growth will strip you before it dresses you. You guys know what that means? Growth will strip you. You know how you take a person, strip them without clothes before it dresses you. It will strip every piece of you away. It will drain you. And it will peel you back like an onion. You know how you take an onion, you start peeling it? It's peeling off all that shit within inside you that it's no longer necessary or needed. Okay, this is one piece of onion. Okay, no more tolerating of disrespect. That's a piece of onion that's going. No more bullshit. That's a piece of onion. I got to work on this part of myself. That's a piece of onion. Yes. It's crazy, you guys. You guys notice the silence that starts when you stop explaining yourself? You guys notice that people push away from you and there's silence because you stopped explaining yourself when you're working on your inner growth and you start to become a better person and set boundaries and shit? You stopped over explaining and everybody's being quiet around you. You're doing something right. Because they can't fuck with you anymore. You bloom, yes. You definitely bloom. Shedding off the old so the new can come through. Straight facts. Yes, they hate boundaries. I love them. LOL. Yes. And I think everybody should learn them. And I'm learning them with you guys. I'm telling you, I recently went through a situation that I said, fuck that, time to build up my walls and set these motherfucking boundaries, whether who likes it or not. I'm telling you, you know what? I'm going to share something deep with you guys right now. Yesterday, I was so fed up with the shit, with everything, and just the craziness. And I felt like there was not much support from people. Like there's people that are just wasting my time and space on my social media. You know what I did, you guys? I don't know what told me to do that. I took my social media and I did a cleanse of that shit too. Because you don't associate with me, but you watch me. You don't have contact with me, but you watch me. Don't support, but you watch me. Meaning you watch my every move, my stories, everything like that. And sometimes some of these people didn't do any of that shit. So I said, what the fuck is the point? So what I did was I took my Facebook, my Instagram, everything, kicked everybody out. I stayed with under 200 friends in there out of 400 and something friends. And then after that, I went into groups that I was following and pages, and I am subscribed and unfollowed too. That's what the fuck I did. Hello, making changes. How are you? They know they can't get over you on any longer. Exactly. Denise says she does that about every 6 months. No, I don't know what happened to me yesterday, But yesterday, I started to cleanse my Facebook. If you guys made it on my Instagram and Facebook, God bless you. Because something within me told me, get rid of people. Get rid of them. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because God hears conversations you don't, and God sees things that you don't. And he knows other people's intentions for you, and he knows who's meant to be around you. He knows who's not. God knows. And I felt like it was God himself, and I'm going to tell you why. I've done that so many times. My circle got small. I only keep who genuinely love and support me. Yes, baby girl. Yes. Less owls in your circle. Straight facts. Good for you. Your spirit telling you, gotta start cleaning the evil eyes. Yes. Let me tell you guys something. Because not everybody that's around you, including family, has good intentions for you. And they could give a fuck about you. A lot of people just fucking lurking. Like I told you guys before, to be a listening ear, running mouth. Or they're just there just to be there. Some people just don't do shit. So I cleaned it out. And I'm telling you, this is a personal experience. This morning, my sister is not a very, how can I say this? My older sister is, I'm the older one out of all the siblings. She was never a big believer. Like she believed in God, but she never practiced it or never prayed, none of this stuff. And recently I've been noticing that she's been different. So today, you guys know I've been going through, satellites, Pookie. That's exactly what they are. There's a lot of people that are acting like satellites in your social medias and in your life, within your life. Let me tell you something. This morning, she caught me off guard. I came up and I laid on my bed. And let me tell you, everybody that knows me knows that I used to go to church with my kids, and I try to be, I'm still a good person, even though I don't go to church like that, but I was like really into it, and I haven't spoken to God in a long time, you guys. I hadn't spoken to God in a long time. And lately I've been knowing that I've been going through some shit that I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It was like never ending. And I've been very emotionally unstable. I've been up and down, up and down, up and down. So my sister, that I've never known that side of her, hits me up this morning. Let me tell you something. Hold on. Good for you. I'm over here. I don't know. Somebody said good evening. Let me tell you. She caught me off guard, my sister, because I've never had her send me something like that. So I'm laying on my bed. I told my husband, listen, you guys are all working. I'm going to lay down for a little bit and get some stuff done. You guys, I couldn't sleep. As tired as I was and as sleepy as I was, I couldn't sleep. So I laid down on the bed. And lately, I've been feeling so weak and so tired, not being able to get shit done. And I laid on the bed and I opened up my phone. My sister sends me a Christian song. And the song is very like touching. And it's very like, it said a lot of things like that really matched with my life. And I listened to it, and you guys, no lie, I laid here and I self-reflected and I cried. I cried here in my bed by myself this morning. And I closed my eyes and I took that time to talk to the Lord. And I said, God, I know I haven't talked to you in a long time. And I said, I asked God for forgiveness for that, because he's always there. And he's been showing me to this day, although I've given him my back, that he's been there to keep me away from harm and from people that want to do me dirty. Okay. And because he wants me to do better, he's trying to polish me as a person and whole. Are you guys freezing? I hope you guys are not freezing. You guys are good? Let me tell you, I cried on this bed and I spoke to the Lord. Before I keep on talking, are you guys here? Raise your hand if you're here, because somebody's asking if you guys are freezing. Raise your hands, you guys. I want to make sure you guys are here listening to me. Want to make sure. Make sure everybody's good. My internet looks good on this end. So let me tell you. And I cried in this bed this morning, and I was having a one-on-one conversation with God that I hadn't had in a long time. Because I had a lot of anger, a lot of hurt, a lot of emotions. I had so much going on within me. And I spoke straight to God. Thank you guys for acknowledging you're here. I spoke straight to God and I was like, God, you know what people have done to me. You know my intentions. You know what happened to me. You know what's been going on. Hi, Tiny. And I told God, you know what's going on. You hear conversations I don't. You know people's intentions. And I told God, you said in your word, because I trust you, that the vengeance is yours. You're going to handle it. I don't have to take nothing into my own hands. I don't need to feel some type of way. And I said, you know what, God? You know what I ask you to do? To bless these people. I told God, bless each and every one of them. Because we are called to bless our enemies. I was having a big intimate moment with the Lord. If that's not self-reflection and internal glow up, I don't know what is. And I was reflecting and I said, God, I need help, God. Basically, I was telling God I needed help. And I put all these people in his hands. And I prayed over my family. And I continued to have conversation. I cried. I did my thing. And then I told God, please, God, I need your divine strength today. Exactly. I always say the weapons will form. They just won't prosper. Exactly. She said a good one. All weapons formed against me. No, all weapons will form against me, but not one shall prosper. Because God is going to make sure of that. So I just had an intimate conversation with God. And I'm thankful I did that. And I asked him, God, I need strength because I hadn't had strength. I've been all over the place and I haven't been able to get my stuff done. I need your divine strength coming from the heavens. And you know what, guys? Remember I was telling you I was sleepy and all this stuff? I got up out of that bed and I started to get a lot of things done. If that's not God, I don't know what is. And God is internally working on me. He's helping me because I was reflecting. That's something personal I wanted to share with you guys. But let's get back to this. The withdrawal when you stopped reacting. You guys notice that there's a withdrawal when you stop reacting to people? We're talking about the ego death when you start working on your inner self, right? There's people withdrawing from you because you stop reacting or stop giving it attention or stop giving them attention. You stop just putting in attention to it. And you guys notice the discomfort when you stop being available to chaos. Ooh, if I had a little, like, what do you call it? A little instrument, I'd play it for that. The discomfort that they start feeling, those other people, when you stop being available to chaos, it gets them angry. It makes them squirm in their own skin. When you stop being available to chaos, where these people are at, anybody, let it be family, let it be friends, let it be anybody, they start to get uncomfortable. And this is truth, you guys. This is truth. You became boring to messy people. You're not good enough. You become boring to messy people. You're not interesting anymore. You know why? Because these motherfuckers is messy. Be grateful that you're getting away from these people and that you're working on yourself. You're internally cleansing yourself. You started to see with a clearer eyes. And you want to know what, guys? And that was the upgrade. The upgrade was you became boring to messy people. You upgraded. You didn't downgrade. Because sometimes as humans, we're like, oh my God, I did something wrong. So I'm like losing friends. Oh my God, you start questioning that shit. No. Listen to me, you guys. You upgraded when you became boring to messy ass people. You made it a level ahead of them. You made it another step up. But the energy is different around me. The frequencies are clearer. Yes, exactly. I need a good conversation with him tonight. Yes, girl. We all need it. God is good, man. I'm telling you. Now we're going to talk about people hate to see your healed version. People don't like that. They don't like to see you healed, the version, the healed version of you, like the better version of you, the person that just keeps it moving now and starts making better choices and chooses not to become part of chaos and messiness and stuff like that. People don't like that. They start to tell you that you changed. You ever come across people like that? They tell you, oh my God, you changed so much. So what? I did change for the better of me. Because sometimes it sounds selfish, but you have to be selfish to be able to change to better yourself. Exactly. They got comfortable with the old you. Fuck that. Now this is the new you coming through. So they start to tell you things like, you changed. So what? Maybe you should try it too and become a better person. Why don't you change too? And I don't mean physically. Start working in your inner person because you're nasty, you're a snake, you have no loyalty, you're messy. And then you could tell them, listen, I was the same way. Not unloyal, not snaky. I'm not going to put myself in that. But you're messy. And now I'm working on myself and I don't want to participate in it anymore. Yes, Denise makes a good point. You are who you surround yourself with. That's a great point. You start becoming like them. You change. That's why you got to keep your grass low. Definitely. Denise, so true. Yes, I agree. Ladies, I agree. You guys got good, valid points. And let me tell you, all you got to say is, yes, I did. When they tell you changed, you said, yes, I did. And say it confidently. Yes, I did. How is it in Spanish? In Spanish, we say, dime con quién anda, yo te diré quién eres. I just said it in Spanish, you guys, which is what Denise said. You are who you surround yourself with. Dime quién eres y te diré. ¿Cómo es? Dime con quién anda y te diré quién eres. That's exactly what it is. Quién tú anda y te diré quién eres. Something like that. Yep, you're right. You're correct, Pookie. You're correct. That is correct. Now, you start breaking it down. This is the things you changed. You start to change your standards. You change your standards. I changed my response time. It's not in your time. It's in my time now. It's not when you want. It's when I want. And it's if I want. And if I choose not to, you can't throw a tantrum over it either. That's just the way it works. I changed my access. People to access me as a person, a lot of them are blocked. That wall is big. Can't even climb it. I changed my access. A lot of people don't have access to me anymore. This is a big one. You changed who gets explanations. Because you don't owe not one motherfucker explanations. Yes. I don't do well with I am me people. Oh my God. Straight facts. Straight facts is there. I'm telling you. You don't owe a motherfucker an explanation. When you work on yourself and you remove yourself from people, you don't owe nobody an explanation. You just keep it moving. And if they don't understand that, too fucking bad. Kick rocks. I did that. Recently, I got a text. I decided not to respond. Never am I going to respond. Left on red. And I will not give you an explanation for it. Never. Unless you come and ask me. And I still then don't owe you an explanation. If I want to be petty, I can and be an asshole. But no, I'm becoming the better version of me. So I'm not doing it. You guys get where I'm coming from? It's real. This shit is real. When you're working on yourself, There's a lot of people around you that don't like you anymore. And that's okay. You weren't meant to be liked. You were cut from a different cloth. And you're working on you. You're becoming the better version of you. And you don't need leeches and you don't need snakes and fakes to be clinging on you. You want to be better. And you don't want to continue to surround yourselves with the same people that disrespect you. You want to know what really bothers people? Raise your hand if you want to know what really bothers people. Raise your hand if you guys really want to know what bothers people. I'm going to wait for y'all. I know damn well you guys want to know what bothers people. I know damn well. Because I'm going to raise my hand too. Hey, I'm going to raise my hand too, motherfuckers. Yeah. You know what really bothers people? You don't react anymore. The old you, the old me would have argued. The old me would have squared up and argued and gave an energy and time into it. The new me blocks. Oh, la jefa. I can't wait to have a sunburn too. That's what really bothers people. You don't react anymore to it. You don't give it the time of day. You don't pay attention to it. You don't put any emotion to it. You don't give a fuck. That's what happens. You know damn well the old you would have fucking get it on and popping and argued. The new you is just going to block and keep it moving and get rid of them. You know this is true, you guys. And you want to know something? That's the glow. You know how I said it's the glow up internally? That's the glow. Now you start to see, how do you call that? There's a word. Hold on, you guys. You start to see progress and the glow from the inside out. Oh, yes, snakes. Definitely snakes. Response, expectations, LOL, they stuck on the old you. Straight facts. No, absolutely not. Responses and explanations, absolutely not. We're not doing that today, Satan. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. We're not doing that today. You stopped proving yourself. You stopped defending your worth. Look at that. You stopped proving yourself to these people and you stopped defending your worth because you know what your worth is because it's what you think. You build up your own worth. You don't need any validation. You don't need nobody to help you build up your worth. So you stop defending your worth. You stopped explaining boundaries to people committed to misunderstanding you. You stopped explaining boundaries to people you've already communicated to. You stop explaining that shit because they already know what they've done wrong. They know how they acting. You stop explaining the boundaries because you already done it over and over. There's no more explaining. Now there's action. Action speaks louder than words. I have sand. I am much older than most of you. I cleaned house with so-called friends years ago. I will live my life the way I want and don't need any input. Straight facts. I like that. You know what? Is there Justice? I like her. She's older and she's awesome. I like her input. She's straight to the T. Like she don't fuck around. When she says something, she says something, you guys. She don't fuck around. She just point, period, blank. I must start calling is there justice? Point, period, blank. Because every time she speaks, that's what I see. And, you know, the exclamation points. You know what I'm saying? I like her. I like you guys. Thank you guys for being here and interacting, you guys. I love this. Now we're going to talk about what's the real flex, you guys. We're going to talk about the real flex. We're going to break it down to you guys. You know, if you guys don't know what the real flex is, meaning the real, like, how can I explain this? The real flex, like something to feel good about, the real flex. Because I know some people don't understand the lingo sometimes. I'll tell you what it means. Because I'll break it down to people that don't understand the lingo. So flex is slang, and the meaning is to show off, boast, flaunt something, accomplishments. It's to boast, show off, and flaunt something or accomplishments, okay? So basically it's saying the real show off of this, the real flex is the internal glow up looks like this. Not stalking other people. I don't need to stalk anybody or watch them. You don't need to look at their pages. I don't need to look at anything. I don't have to do none of that shit. Yes, flossing. Thank you. Oh my God, making chases. I forgot about that one. That's a good one. Flossing. You try to be flossing. Yeah. You're flossing. It's a flex. You're not responding. This is the flex. You're not responding to these people. You're not competing. Because whether some of us see it or not, at some point in our life, it becomes kind of like a competition. And then when you raise your, self-awareness, you're like, shit, what the fuck am I doing? Then you start to change that shit. You're like, fuck that. Not caring who left. That's a big flex. You start not to give a fuck who kept it moving. Bitch, don't let the door hit you on the way out. You don't give a fuck about that shit anymore. You start not to care who left. You're working so much on yourself, you don't care about none of this shit. You don't care who left. You're not competing. You're not responding. You're becoming a different person from the inside out. You're not shrinking so others feel tall, you guys. You're not making yourselves this little to make everybody else feel bigger than you. Because believe it or not, we do shrink ourselves for these people. We do shrink ourselves. And they become very tall next to us. Is everybody here still? Everybody raise their hand, because I don't know. I see one person. It went from 6 to 1. I don't know why. I'm hoping my internet is on point. Then it got to 0. I don't know what's going on here. Well, it's emotional discipline. You start to be emotionally disciplined. Okay? It's walking away without a speech. It's letting people be wrong about you. It's not correcting every narrative. You don't have to correct shit for anybody. They want to build a narrative against you. So fucking be it. So fucking be it. So be it. You're not going to correct anybody. We're not going to take energy. We're not going to spend energy to correct any motherfucker around us. I'm not correcting nobody. I just keep it moving. Oh, that's how you feel? I'm not correcting it. I'm not setting the record straight. Nobody. I'm not setting anybody correct anymore. Peace is louder than revenge. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord Jesus. When I laid on this bed and I cried this morning, I was like, Lord, that's why I wanted to make peace, because it's louder than revenge. When you are peaceful, it's like a loud peace. It's deafening to some people. It's offensive to some people. That's your peace. It's offensive to people. It's louder than chaos and revenge. Okay, I'm just making sure you guys are here. And that drives chaotic people insane. It drives people fucking crazy. It pisses them off. It gets them angry. It gets them really upset. Now start to think this. This is a segment called I Stopped Betraying Myself. Here's the core. Yes, people bother people. Straight facts, Laura. Straight facts. The glow up happened when, and I got bullet points for you guys. I stopped ignoring red flags. When you stop ignoring the red flags, you already know that you started to glow up. Because before, you wasn't ignoring the red flags. You were letting them slide. But you start to feel accomplished because now you you stopped ignoring red flags. Isn't that a fucking accomplishment, you guys? You should feel proud of yourself. You stopped laughing at disrespect. That's definitely a good one. You stopped romanticizing potential. You stopped choosing people who triggered wounds. You guys ever had people like that? People that like to trigger your wounds and fucking reopen it again, keep on poking at them so they can keep on bleeding? You stop choosing those people. That's a glow up, you guys. Be proud of yourself if you got rid of people like that. And if you've changed to set boundaries like this. The internal shift was this. If it costs my peace, then it costs too much. If it's going to cost my peace, then it costs too much. And I don't want it. At my age of 42 today, I'll be 43 this year. I haven't decided more peace than anything. And not only peace with people that surround me, like friends, family too, within my household. And once you taste peace, look, I just said this right now. You don't go back to chaos because it's too familiar. And that's what happened to me. I tasted peace. I started to work on myself, work on my inner self, and change certain things. And I was hard on myself at times. And I decided to make a few changes. And I didn't want to go back to the chaos because it was too familiar, you guys. It's straight facts. I'm not going to lie. And we're going to talk about this is why I move different. We're going to break it down. I don't glow loud. I glow dangerous. You're not glowing loud, you guys. You're glowing dangerous now internally. Because you're going to see manipulation instantly. Yes, baby girl, love is love. You're going to see manipulation instantly. That shit's not going to slide at all anymore. You're not going to argue to win anymore. You're not going to compete for attention anymore. Or do it at all. You don't do it at all. So you see manipulation instantly. You don't argue to win. You don't compete for attention. You don't fucking beg. You don't beg another motherfucker. When you're not wanted and accepted or loved and respected, don't beg. Have dignity and self-worth, you guys. You don't chase. And you don't repeat the lessons. That's a big one right there. Because you don't want to do it all over again with somebody else. You're not going to repeat this lesson. You just learned it. So use the skills that you built from these lessons and make sure it doesn't fucking happen again. If someone calls me any It says, I haven't heard from you. I respond with, yeah, I'm just minding my own business and doing things for me. Oh, is there justice? I fucking love this lady. Yes, point blank, period. Is there justice? Tell them. Exclamation point. That's right. She says she's minding her business. When they ask, oh, I haven't heard from you. I'm minding my business, living my life. That's a good one. The internal glow up makes you calm. You guys, you see how calm you are when you have that internal glow up? I can say today, I see a big difference from before, and I feel more calm. And thank the Lord Almighty that I feel calmer today, especially after that prayer. And calm people are terrifying. But we're only terrifying to those that are chaotic and problematic and disrespectful. That's all we're only terrifying to those type of people. Because you know what? Because they don't act from emotion. We're referring to you guys. Calm people like us now are terrifying because they don't act from emotion anymore. No, they act from clarity because now you guys could see better now. Now that you cleanse yourself within yourself, you could see better, you can think clearer. Your eyes are peeled. Now you can watch the red flags. Now you know you're setting boundaries. And this is working on yourself, you guys. You did a good job working on yourself when you do these things. You're not allowing it anymore. Absolutely not. Yes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's the saying. Exactly. You got to ask these people, right? You miss the old me? You really do miss the old me? You miss the old me? You miss access. You miss the control. You miss the convenience. You know what? You don't miss me. All they miss is the access and the control and the convenience and the disrespect. That's all they miss. And feeling superior to you. And breaking them boundaries and stepping over your boundaries. That's all they miss. They don't miss anything else. Fuck that. Now, I just want to let this be clear, you guys. The glow up wasn't about looking better. It wasn't about looking better. It was about no longer accepting less. So it's not a physical glow up. It's an internal glow up. It's no longer about accepting less. It's about self-respect. Yes, you have inner peace. I love it. Yes. It's about discipline, because the only way you can work on internal glow up is internal discipline. Setting boundaries is internal discipline. Saying no, putting your foot down, not allowing and tolerating certain shit you used to. That's discipline. It was about emotional maturity, because sometimes we're still immature in our emotions. And when we start working on this internal glow up, we start to progress and progress to maturity emotionally. It didn't become better to impress you. You didn't become better to impress anybody. Just remember that. I didn't become better to impress anybody. I became better and you became better, so you will never abandon yourself again. I'm going to fucking repeat that to this camera for the ones in the back. I didn't become better to impress anybody. You didn't become better to impress anybody. You became better So that way you will never abandon yourself again. So that way you will never tolerate the shit you did. So that way you will never have people stepping all over you again. It's a new version of you. It's a new version of you. Don't laugh like that. You will scare them. Who, me? Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. I'm serious. You guys didn't become better to impress anybody. This is for you. This is for you, for yourself. Because you ain't going to tolerate shit anymore from now on. I decided that I don't need to get back at anybody. I decided I don't have to put things into my hands, that God has vengeance. God has all last say. I decided that I'm a better person and I will continue to move forward. And I'm going to start doing better. I decided. You decided. And this is going to work out for you. You're going to feel so much better. You know why, you guys? Because once you worked on your inner peace and your inner glow up, you know what happens? The outer glow up shows. You ever met people when you look, they're so evil within themselves that they're ugly on the outside? It shows, you guys. It shows. I've come across people like that. But not you. If you worked on your inner self and your inner glow up, you're going to glow. The outside is just bonus. You're going to glow so much that people are going to start to hate you. You're going to start intimidating people with that glow up. Because that inner glow is going to glow on the outside. It's beautiful. Yes, you will learn to take people at face value. Yes. You're going to work on you. It's going to be beautiful. Not only on the inside, but on the outside. And I'm so grateful to the Lord Almighty that I started to self-reflect, to have self-awareness and start to be a better person. I'm not proud of things I've said, things I've did, things I've thought. I'm not proud of that at all. But I'm a work in progress, like I said before. And I'm starting to feel that internal glow up. And I know it's going to start reflecting out here. Because for those that watch me on Facebook before I merged to YouTube, see the difference of what I looked like in Facebook and what I look like now. In Facebook, it was a lot of crying, a lot of emotional instability. Not right now. You're going to see the difference. And it's going to even get better. It's going to get better, you guys. We learn from our mistakes. Exactly. I've made my mistakes. I've shared things with people I should have never shared with. I've expressed myself how I felt about others to other people. I've made mistakes, you guys. I'm not perfect. But you know what? This internal glow up makes me understand that I accept it and that I'm working on it and that I don't need to hide it from anybody. That I'm not trying to portray myself to others something I'm not. I accept it and I admit it. I'm not trying to portray something I'm not to other people around me. Some people need to do that stuff, but I'm not. And that's the beauty of it. We definitely learn from our mistakes. I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. I know it's 8:12. I know that lots of people need to watch other streams, got other things to do. I don't know. This is why I do my lives at 7 p.m. because people wind down from work or from their house chores. They just had dinner. They just want to listen to something and not be listening to something for 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours. But it's educational to ourselves and it's helper within ourselves. And it's not that short, but it's not that long. It's just right. And that way, if people want to go get rest, they go get rest. But I appreciate you guys being here in the Unfiltered Corner. I appreciate everybody that comes here and supports me. Every single one of you. I appreciate you being here listening to me and having my back to impress them so they will like you. Exactly. Never. Don't do things for people to impress them so they will like you. Absolutely not. So I appreciate you guys being here. My Cash App is on the top. I have a Venmo also. You're here. I appreciate just that and the love and you guys being here and talking shit and shooting the shits with me. Everybody pray over Miss Denise. She has eye surgery tomorrow. Um, she's gonna have eye surgery tomorrow. So let's pray over Miss Denise, that everything is successful and that the Lord is the surgeon tomorrow and that everything turns out well and successful for her and a speedy recovery for Miss Denise. But God bless you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope to see you guys here tomorrow back in the Unfiltered Corner. Again, I am your host, the Unforgettable. Much love, much peace, and continue to work on you. And thank you guys for everything. Peace. Good night. Deuces.